The Raven by Edgar Allen Poe. Once upon a midnight dreary, while I pondered, weak and weary, over many a quaint and curious volume of forgotten lore, while I nodded, nearly napping, suddenly there came a tapping, as of someone gently rapping at my chamber door. "'Tis some visitor," I muttered, "tapping at my chamber door. Only this, and nothing more." Ah, distinctly, I remember it was in the black December, and each separate dying ember wrought its ghost upon the floor. Eagerly, I wished the morrow. Vainly, I had sought to borrow from my book surcease of sorrow, sorrow for the lost Lenore, for the rare and radiant maiden whom the angels name Lenore, nameless here forevermore. And the silken, sad, uncertain rustle of each purple curtain thrilled me, filled me with fantastic terrors never felt before. So that now, to still the beating of my heart, I stood repeating, "'Tis some visitor, entreating entrance at my chamber door. Some late visitor entreating entrance at my chamber door. This is it, and nothing more." Presently, my soul grew stronger, hesitating then no longer. "Sir," said I, "or maiden, truly your forgiveness I implore. But the fact is, I was napping, and so gently you came rapping, and so faintly you came tapping at my chamber door, that I scare was sure I heard you. Here I opened wide the door, darkness there and nothing more. Deep into the darkness peering, long I stood there wondering, fearing, doubting, dreaming dreams no mortal ever dared to dream before. But the silence was unbroken, and the stillness gave no token, and the only word there spoken was the whispered word, Lenore. This I whispered, and echo murmured back the word, Lenore. Merely this, and nothing more. Back into the chamber, turning, all my soul within my burning. Soon again, I heard a tapping, somewhat louder than before. "Surely," said I, "surely there is something at my window. Let me see, then, what three it is, and this mystery explore. Let my heart be still a moment, and this mystery explore. 'Tis the wind, and nothing more. Open here," I flung the shutter, when, with many a flirt and flutter, in there stepped a stately raven of the saintly days of yore. Not the least of sins made he, not a minute stopped or stayed he, but, with mine of lord or lady, perched above my chamber door, merged upon a bust of Pallas, just above my chamber door, perched and sat and nothing more. Then his ebony bird, beguiling my sad fancy into smiling, by the grave and stern decorum of the countenance it wore. "Though thy crest be shorn and shaven, thou," I said, "on shore no craven, ghastly grim and ancient raven, wandering from the nightly shore, Tell me what thy lordly name is on this night's plutonium shore. Quoth the raven, nevermore. Much I marveled this ungainly fowl to hear discourse so plainly, though it answers little meaning, little relevance bore. For we cannot help agreeing that no living human being ever yet was blessed with seeing bird above his chamber door, bird or beast upon the sculpted bust above his chamber door, with such a name as Nevermore. But the raven, sitting lonely on the placid bust, spoke only that one word, as if his soul in that one word he did outpour. Nothing further than he uttered, not a feather, not a flutter, till I scarcely more than muttered, other friends have flown before. On the morrow he will leave me, as my hopes have flown before. Then the bird said, nevermore. Startled at the stillness broken by reply, so aptly spoken. Doubtlessness, I said, what it utters is its only stock and store, caught from some unhappy master, whom unmercifully disaster followed fast and followed faster, till his songs one burden bore, till the dirge of his hope that melancholy burden bore, of nevermore. But the raven still beguiling all my fancies into smiling, straight I wheeled a cushioned seat in front of the bird, and bust into her. Then upon the velvet sinking, I betook myself to linking fancy into fancy, thinking what this ominous bird of yore, what this grim, ungainingly ghastly gaunt, and ominous bird of yore, meant in croaking, nevermore. This I sat engaged in guessing, but no symbol expressing, to the fowl, whose fury eyes now burned into my bosom's core. This and more I sat, tiffening, with my head at ease reclining, on the cushion's velvet lining, that the lamplight gloated o'er, but whose velvet violet lining, with the lamplight gloating o'er, she shall press, nevermore. Then we thought the air grew denser, perfume from an unused censer, swung by seraphim, whose footfalls tinkled on the tufted floor. Wretch, I cried, thy God hath lent thee, by these angels we hath sent thee, respite, and enmity from thy memory of Lenore. Quaff, oh quaff, this enmity, and forget this lost Lenore, quoth the raven, nevermore. Prophet, said I, thing of evil, prophet still if bird of devil, whether temperate set or whether tempest toss, the air our soul. Desolate, yet all in date undaunted, on this desert land enchanted, on this home by horror haunted. Tell me truly, I implore, is there balm in Gilead? Tell me, I implore, quoth the raven, nevermore. Prophet, I said, thing of evil, prophet still, if bird or devil, by that heaven that bends above us, by that God both adore. Tell this soul with sorrow laden if, within the distance, Aiden, it shall clasp a sainted maiden, whom the angels named Lenore, quoth the raven, nevermore. Be that word our sign in parting, bird or fiend, I shriek, upstarting. Get thee back into the tempest in the night, plutonium shore. Leave no black plume as a token of that lie thy soul hath spoken. Leave my loneliness unbroken, quite the bust above my door. Take thy break from out my heart, and take thy form from out my door, quoth the raven, nevermore. And the raven never felt it, still and sitting, on the pallid bust of Pallas, just above my chamber door, and his eyes have all the seeming of a demon's that is dreaming, and the lamplight o'er him streaming, throws his shadow on the floor, and my soul from out that shadow that lies floating on the floor shall be lifted